So your Facebook ads have just suddenly stopped working. They were doing well yesterday. They started off really, really well. You started the campaign, you enabled them, you put money, you have good creatives. They're good for 2-3 days, but then bam, they stop performing. What is wrong? Well, this video is meant to help you understand what went wrong and give you solutions on what to do to make things right and make them better. Well, the thing is, your ads didn't stop working. It's just how the system works and how it operates. And this happens to, well, the thing is, your ads didn't stop working. What really happened is this is very normal, and there are many reasons why things slow down just a bit for them to pick up later. There could be several issues why your ads could have slowed down. Your Facebook ads could have slowed down. Number one could be outside sources, macroeconomic forces that are way beyond your control, or there could be seasonal changes and maybe internal control that maybe you need to tighten up and sort out. But for this, we'll look at all these situations and see how best to solve this. I want to break down what causes your ads to stop working and how to fix them to work for you, to give you better returns and lower your cost and your cost per acquisition. Reason number one why your Facebook ads aren't doing as well as they should be is macroeconomic factors. These are factors outside your control. These are factors that involve the economy. Think about a situation where the economy is not doing too well, the banks have raised interest rates, or the economy is not as positive as it used to be in the past. This could be due to several reasons. At the top of my head, I'm thinking about the high cost of living because of the new tariffs being set up, or just the market just not doing as well as it should be. So now when people are struggling financially, inside your customers, they might not have expendable income to spend on items that you are selling or products or services that you are selling. They may be forced to buckle down and save. Well, as you can see, this is beyond your control, and it's not about your product, it's not about Facebook mechanisms, it's not about anything about what you can do in the campaign side, but it's completely out of your control. Another reason why people might not be buying your products or service is maybe because it's a seasonal thing. If your products or service are sold during a certain time of the year or certain times of the month, that means other days or other months you'll not be as profitable as you should be. Well, again, this is all beyond your control. I hope you made enough money during the seasons where you are hot. But now that the season has cooled off, then it means it's time to readjust, to reevaluate, and come up with a new plan for the shoulder seasons. A good example I like saying is try to sell winter boots in autumn or in summer. Waste of time and money. Lastly, we cannot leave by not talking about your government. Your government might have done something that has made your products or service illegal or make it a bit difficult for you to sell. Think about like the housing crisis. When that happened, many people had or are struggling up to now to buy a new house. This is because things happened along the way, the government intervened, and then boom, here we are, lower ad sales. Moving away from things you can control, let's talk about things that are within your control. Let's talk about your Facebook campaign structure. Let's talk about your landing pages. Let's talk about your creatives and your call to actions, how it affects your Facebook ads performance. So starting with your creatives, there's a thing that many of us don't look at all, and that is creative fatigue. This is when your users have seen your ads more than one time in a short period of time, maybe a day or a week. And in that, they've seen it so often now, they become numb to your advertising. So they don't see your ads when they're scrolling, they just scroll over and just move on. This will increase your cost per acquisition or your costs in general without getting you what you're looking for. This is how Facebook normally advertises or it shows your products or services to people when you put money behind your ads. It shows your ads to smaller groups. First, it starts with people who are very, very interested in what you're selling, people who are known to buy, people who are known as shoppers. They are given the name early adopters. They're around 2.5%. That's the first people who are shown your products. So since they are already used or predisposed to buying or are in the feeling of they're just about to buy, they're the ones who buy your products, the early innovators. And you get to realize that the first week or the first couple of days, your ads are doing really, really well, and you're converting from your sales to your sales. Then when you add more money into your ads account, or you spread the money longer, maybe for after the initial period of time, the next people who will be shown your products or services are early adopters, are the early majority. These are around 13.5% for the early adopters and 34% of the early majority. These guys are not so predisposed to buy from you. They are a bit skeptical about your product or services. They have questions. They're not too sure whether you are the right solutions. They could be comparing or looking at other solutions before they go with your product or service. So when Facebook shows your ads to these people, they don't jump onto your solution quickly. So that means during this period of time, you will witness lower conversions. You would witness higher cost per acquisition. Coming onto having a low inventory or technical issues or technical breakdowns might lead you to having a lower performance in your Facebook ads campaign. What do I mean by saying this? I mean by saying that when your inventory is low, let's say somebody is looking for a certain type of shirts and they're your most popular items. When they are bought or they're taken off the market, and then people come to your website who are looking for the same product and find that you are out of stock, this will definitely lead to lower conversions because what they're looking for, they can't find. And also, when Facebook finds out that what you're trying to sell is not available on your website or on the marketplace, they reduce the distribution or taking your ads to showing your ads to as many people as possible. An example of a technical breakdown is when they leave Facebook and come to your website, and then they find your website is slow, clunky, or doesn't load properly on their phones, where it's a challenge for them to find the add to cart button. It's also a challenge for them to actually buy from you. This might lead to a lower ads conversion, leading to lower sales. Let's have a conversation of how to fix your Facebook ads performance and have solutions for you. So thing number one that you'll think about is when you're trying to figure out what's not happening, avoid making quick changes or making many changes at the beginning of the campaigns. Rather than make changes after a day or two of lack of performance, give it a period of 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Let the ads settle, let the algorithm settle down, because it is well known that the Facebook algorithm is consistently inconsistent. Today you might have a lot of sales, tomorrow you might not have a lot of sales. And when you make knee-jerk reactions, you mess up the system, and the system has to learn again and try to adjust and find the best solution for you. So I would advise you to wait for 7 to 14 days to adjust to see whether you need to make changes to your campaign. Also, you should have a long-term mind shift. Like, know that this is part of the process. You don't need to do anything. Just chill. The Facebook algorithm will sort things out, and then you will be fine. When it comes to working on your settings or fidgeting with Facebook to make it give you better results on your ads, the first thing I would advise you is to have a lot of creatives. Work on your creatives to get better results. If you see or feel that your creatives are running out of steam, or they're not performing as well, I would advise you to have more creatives. Instead of having like 5 or 10, ramp it up to 20 to 50 so that Facebook has new information or new creative to show people all the time. And when Facebook has a variety of options, it can test one over the other and then When it finds the better ones, it'll push that to the masses. In your creatives, you can talk to different parts of the buying cycle: bottom, middle, and lower. When you're making your creatives, your videos or your posters, try addressing the buying cycle. There are people who are more predisposed to buy from you. You can have those creatives for those. You might have people who are not yet ready, but they're skeptical. You can have creators created just for these people in terms of answering questions that they're asking, or things that are keeping them from buying from you. And then also just have general content for people who just come into contact with your Facebook ads. In your creatives, you can try and offer discounts or sales, like use 10% off or 20% off to jumpstart the campaigns. You can bundle your products to increase. Also, in your creative, you can add a sense of urgency in that, saying that you are running out of stock. These are the last few items that are available. This discount is only good for a certain number of days. This will make people jump onto the solution and buy from you. While working with the creatives, the last thing to do to make people buy from you is use exaggerated hooks. Just claiming something that is wild. This solution made me do this. If I didn't use this solution, I wouldn't have gotten this result. This makes people curious, click on your ad, and then they buy from you. You should always check your ads frequency. This is how many times somebody has seen your ads. If the ad frequency is between 1 to 1.5 in a short period of time, that means you're good and your ads are performing well. People are not being exhausted. Very many people are seeing the ads, and it's bringing new and cold traffic. When you realize you have things like this well, for you to improve or get better, you don't stop the ad that is doing well. No, you don't do that. What you do is you bring in more creatives, so that when new people are seeing new ads, they may not get ad fatigued, or they get tired of seeing your offer. When thinking about your business, other than the ads, you might think about your average order value. You might want to look for ways of increasing what you're selling by increasing your basket size or bundling your items with other stuff. Like, for example, if you're selling a phone, you can sell also a phone case or a phone cover. This will naturally increase how much money you're making while keeping your Facebook ads cost the same. And this is easily justifiable. Amazon really does this well. When it's selling for you products or services, they say, this item you're buying goes well with this, and it just costs us a little bit more. And when people are already predisposed or they're ready to buy from you, they go like, yeah, why not? Let me get the extra item. There are people who you're selling to who are not ready to buy. They are called skepticals, or people who are not sure about your product or services. So what do you do to make your Facebook ads shine? With this situation, when you're making creatives, address unanswered questions, address stumbling blocks, or address issues that they're not well answered in your creatives. When somebody has a problem about trust, or they are not sure about how well your product or service will do, create an ad in terms of a video or a poster that clearly addresses the situation. If it's a trust situation, you can have an image of the owner of the company or the image of yourself, showing that you are personally liable and you are trustworthy, to give more credence and confidence in your business. Testimonials really work well to build trust with people who are not yet there to buy with you. You can have testimonials from your past clients in terms of user-generated content. You can have people talking really well about you by having authorities. Like, for example, depending on where you live or where you stay, having recommendations from a doctor or a lawyer or somebody who is seen in society as somebody who has a lot of weight and authority. This will give your customers confidence, and they'll be really looking forward to buying from you. If they say, if the preacher, if the doctor, if the lawyer likes this product or services, then we can go with this, because these are figureheads in the society or community who are trusted. You can use influencers to increase your ads performance. Why? Influencers are well known, they're well trusted, they have built a community of people who love them and who trust them. So when they endorse your product or service, you are good to go. If they are seen to be attached, or if they are seen to be working with you, it'll be way easier to sell your product or services. This is why when you're watching a YouTube ad, you find bigger channels have endorsements from influencers. The last tip I have for you to increase your Facebook ads performance is by comparing your product or services with your competition. Don't just be general. Say my product or service is better than this other product or services because of A, B, and C. When people compare and contrast, they go like, yep, they are right. We should go with this product or service. Well, if you need help with your Facebook ads accounts, there's a link below. You can get in touch with me. I'll be looking forward to helping you grow your campaigns for them to be successful. Here are more videos on how to grow your Facebook ads campaigns.